Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reviewing the new movie Studio 666. This is a new horror comedy movie starring the band the Foo Fighters. It's starring all six of them. If you're familiar with the Foo Fighters, obviously they're an iconic rock band, Hall of Fame. This stars all six of the band members: Dave Grohl, Taylor Hawkins, Nate Mandel, Pat Smear, Chris Shiflett, and Rami Jaffe. And it also includes some other guest stars in there. So basically, if you've seen the trailers, like I said, this is a horror comedy. So it starts with the Foo Fighters. If you've seen the trailers, the Foo Fighters, this is gonna be their 10th album, and so they need to come up with an idea of what to do for the album. And they're sitting there in a meeting with the manager, and the manager says, "Hey, I know," because they say we gotta find a new studio. We gotta find something that's unique before we can get a unique sound. And the manager says, "Oh, hey, I know of a place." And so he calls up. He knows a contact, and he takes him to this really kind of creepy house big studio house in Encino. And as it slowly goes through the movie, so they decide to record there for 2 to 3 weeks, and it goes out through the movie. They find out this, of course, house has a dark history. Turns out, of murders and demonic possession and stuff like that. So as the movie goes on, the recording, and then of course there's someone gets possessed. As you see from the trailers, of course Dave Grohl gets possessed, and mayhem ensues while they're recording their album, their 10th album. And so, like I say, this to me was overall, this was a really fun movie. Like I said, it's a horror comedy. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. It's very jokey, and again, I gotta say too, this pretty much should call this movie the Dave Grohl Show, because it all revolves around Dave, and he by far gives the best performance of anyone, especially of the band members. And I kind of find it funny. To me, it was kind of a running joke in this movie of how bad of actors the other Foo Fighters were, the other five of them. There was at times where their lines were pretty cringy. You could tell they were definitely trying to deliver lines, but especially like poor Pat Smear, man. He was trying to deliver some lines so sincerely, and I was just laughing at it. Like wasn't laughing with him. I was kind of laughing at him because it was just coming off so cringy. But I think the movie did that intentionally. Like there's times here where the effects are bad, but I think it's intentionally doing that because this wants to be a B-level kind of horror movie. You don't take this seriously. There's definitely. I do want to warn you, this movie is definitely gory. There's lots of blood. There are brutal murders in this movie. So I would suggest don't take your kids. But if you are a Foo Fighters fan and you love the Foo Fighters and you love horror, then this is a perfect like rock horror movie to do. I don't know of any, at least modern movies that have done that, combine rock and roll with horror, especially starring a band. A band as well known as the Foo Fighters. So, like I said, I had a really fun time with this movie. Dave Grohl's a blast. His transformation, he's really into it, and he gives off a great performance. Like I said, the other guys, not so much. I mean, that's kind of the hitch of this movie, is that the other guys are not good actors at all. But you get into it, it's fun. And if you come to this movie, just take it, knowing that the tone of this movie is not serious at all. Then it's very enjoyable. Even a lot of the kills are kind of funny the way they go down, and it's very over the top. Like I said, some of the effects are intentionally cheesy to let you know that this is not Texas Chainsaw or anything. Although sometimes you would kind of think they would be, but like I said, the tone is much lighter. It's not to be taken seriously. It's funny. And I really had a blast watching this. So if you love rock and roll, like I said, the Foo Fighters are jamming throughout the movie, do some original songs, so you'll enjoy that. So if you like rock and roll, like the Foo Fighters, and you're not too bad with seeing like over the top kind of gore horror, then I highly suggest Studio 666. It was a fun time. And there's other guest stars, actors too, that rounded out the cast. Like I said, Jeff Garlin, and then Whitney Cummings plays one of the neighbor who kind of warns them about what's going on with the house. So it's a fun time, and like I said, just come into this with open mind. Just know that it's going to be fun, kind of horror comedy. You're going to see some over the stuff kills, and there's gonna be a lot of blood. It's gonna be gory, but like in a way they kind of, as the British say, they kind of take the piss out of it with the tone and the way that stuff goes down. So you're gonna have a good time. I definitely did. So I highly recommend it. So if you got time, definitely go check this movie out. So once again, everyone, thank you once again. Like I said, I love this movie. I love the Foo Fighters, so I had a wonderful time. So all right, thank you everybody for tuning in, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. If you've seen the movie, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. All right, take care.